My name is Jonathan Riff, and I was born in Laguna Beach, California, where I grew up. I later attended university in the state of Arizona, getting my degree in business management and tourism development and management.
My name is Megan Riff. I'm originally from Indiana, but I moved to California and was there for 8 years before moving to Croatia. I was an interior designer for high-end residential homes. We started from the ground up, worked with the architect, landscape architect, all finishes, materials, not just picking furniture and the fun stuff. They were typically at least 2-year projects, so spent a lot of time with the clients. Jonathan and I met in California. We got married last September here in Croatia. And so we've been married 6 months this week.
While I was in LA, I did multiple things, but main source of work was running a fashion company, which I had started in college called Latitude Supply Co. It was mixing surfwear with a little upscale vibe, so kind of East Coast meets West Coast in terms of California and East Coast fashion. So East Coast is a lot more preppy, whereas West Coast is surfer vibes. So it was somewhere meeting in the middle. But after several seasons, it got really too much to handle. You're making everything 6 months in advance. And I got burnt out. And, you miss a shipment, something comes in late, and all your orders are canceled. Then you're stuck with, 50,000 board shorts in the middle of winter. What are you going to do with them? So one day I just decided I was over it and kind of just walked away. It was a hobby. It was, it was a hobby for me, and then it became work, and then things like that just kind of burn out after a while. Would I go back? I still love it. I'd do it again, but right now I needed a break. I just got burnt out of the whole LA scene, driving around crazy in the fashion district.
We chose Croatia because we just loved the country. We saw opportunity here to develop a business, and we're sick of kind of living in the madness of LA, and it's a much more peaceful lifestyle here. So we just started researching and looking and found this hotel online and came to see it. And then 6 months later, we were here.
We came here on vacation because I'd been here in 2006 and fell in love and wanted to show Megan Croatia. And we were both just at a point in our lives where we were looking for something new. It worked out well, and we love it, and we really are proud of what we're doing here and want to continue expanding people's knowledge of this place and getting more people to come here. The idea for the hotel came pretty much as a spin-off from my clothing brand, as it was all nautical based, and I've always been just very fascinated with the water, with maritime activities. We're trying to build a brand with what we're doing here.
We were just traveling around. There were big hotels, big resorts, and that kind of aspect, but nothing small, boutique, cool, that would cater to a different kind of crowd. So we just saw that there was a niche for it. So we just kind of made it work. It definitely needed a lot of work. Just the finishes, the flooring, the paint, but we knew that we could do something with it just with some easy fixes. It took a lot of work, but we got it done we moved here in January, and the hotel was open by June, and we had completely remodeled everything. My dad actually came out and helped us. He's Mr. Handyman, he can do everything. So he came and helped us do a ton of things. Working in LA, everything is on schedule. Here, I would try to schedule meetings with people. Like, can you come at 2 o'clock or can you come at 4? They say yes, but then they just don't show up and they don't call. And then I call them and they say, oh yeah, we're just gonna come tomorrow. And I'm like, okay, it was completely foreign concept for me, coming from such a structured work environment. But we found some good tradesmen that helped us get through. Jonathan and I make a good team. We definitely collaborated together, and we both went and selected everything together. So it was definitely a combination of both of our kind of styles.
For me, it's not just a hotel. You just don't open a hotel. Anyone can open a hotel if you have the proper resources and funding. You want something unique. So for us, it was more about attracting a younger demographic of savvy travelers our age. And it's about establishing the brand so people can come and see it, and also giving us a feel of what our vibe is. So we hired people, friends from back home from California to come and do the art, tie that in with, local art. The bicycles also were from California. We have a 1995 Land Rover Defender, and it was left over from the UN, so it's still armored plated. In America, you can't have Land Rover Defenders unless they're below 95 because of safety reasons. It goes back into tying in the adventure aspect of this. I mean, you look at that car, it screams like we're about to go off-roading or adventure-wise. One of the first things that I was really adamant about when I moved here to Croatia in general was how lovely the water was. So for me, one of the first things I wanted to do was to get a boat. Our guests really love being out on the open sea. It gives you a better view of, when you're looking out from the ocean towards the land, it's just everything looks a lot more magical from the sea. And so for me, this is my favorite part of the job, is getting to drive guests on the boat daily, because who wouldn't want to be out on the sea for their job? And it's just nothing better than the sea out here. People want, nowadays, they just don't want a vacation, they want an experience, and that's what we're trying to do, tying it also in with the design and everything like that.
We're at the Barone Fortress, and Jonathan and I like to escape here for a coffee in the summer. It's very peaceful and quiet, and it has the most amazing perspective and just a different view of the city, seeing the whole city from the rooftop level instead of, down where all the other cafes are. Somewhere we always recommend guests to come. The tourism board of Šibenik does a great job of kind of revitalizing these monuments and fortresses and places throughout the city. Another fortress offers concerts throughout the summer, a couple times a week, and it's a great thing for guests and locals to do, so we like to experience that when we get the time. Šibenik is a great place to enjoy all the islands and the culture of Dalmatia. There's so much to offer, and it's a beautiful experience.
Something important for us was to have the wedding here, because we wanted to bring all these people that normally wouldn't travel here to see our new lives.
We got married here behind the hotel. There was an olive field, olive grove, that we converted. It was just a completely blank space, no water, power, anything. So we converted it. It had a tent. We had amazing wedding planners from Split that helped us.
Seal the deal with the kids.
Our family and friends, when they came, loved it. They absolutely, completely understand why we, just lifted up our lives and moved across the world. One thing, with having the wedding here, we wanted all of our friends and family that hadn't been here yet to be able to experience it, and everyone gets it and understands why we chose to move to Croatia.
So it brought all those people together to see what our lives are like here, to see what Croatia is like, and it changed everyone's minds, and they stopped thinking that we were crazy. Maybe most of them, at least.
Ja sam Boris Dukić, predsjednik mjesnog odbora Zaton. Megan i Jonathan su došli u Zaton prije 2-3 godine, mislim, i oni su tu uzeli u najam jedan hotel i sa tim svojim potezom oni su pokazali da se isplati dolaziti u Zaton. Oni su sada se oženili i oni namjeravaju ovdje ostati živjeti i dalje investirati. Mi smo u prošloj godini imali povećanje broja turista za 40%, ove godine očekujemo još i više. Imamo neke planove za budućnost, za razvoj veslačkog sporta, biciklizma i tako dalje, pa nadam.
I'm very happy that we chose to come here. There were times at the very beginning where it was frightening and new, and obviously all those pass in time. You get used to everything. When I was living back home, it's go, 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 go. Wake up 5 a.m., not come home till 8, just working all day, chasing around, running errands, especially LA. If you want to go somewhere, it's pretty far distance. But at the same time, it's not that far, but with traffic, it takes hours. Or everything's a production back home, You have to plan out your day of like, okay, I need to go here, I need to go there. In order to make the time frame work with traffic and everything like that, you have no time for yourself. You have no time. I lived on the beach of California. I barely had time to enjoy really what it was. When I go back, I'll appreciate it much more. But when I came here, you have the sea, you have nature, and you have the ability just to really enjoy it. Block it, take it slowly. You really get to enjoy life, and it's really growing on.
I feel like people always ask, why would you leave California? Why would you leave California? But they don't always understand the quality of life here is so different than the quality of life in California. In California, you're in your car all the time. You're fighting traffic. It's just go, go, go. You try to go to the market and you take an hour to find a parking spot. Like your life is so scheduled, and that's what I was just sick of it. I was like, this is enough. To me, it just wasn't what life was about. So that was the big thing about moving here. Everything's slower. People enjoy nature and eating healthy, and it's just a different quality of life that I think is better. One thing I, of course, miss about the States is being close to family and friends. That was a hard adjustment for us, especially in the beginning of moving here. Some other things, obviously, I definitely miss the food. And the things that I don't miss about LA would be the traffic and the expense of things are just out of control sometimes. I don't see us going back to LA anytime soon. We're expecting a baby, so we're going to be having the baby in Zagreb in September. So I think our roots are here for now. You never know what life throws at you. We are always looking for things, to develop or the next step or what's after this. But I think Croatia, for now, is home.
I love the much slower pace of life here. I don't have to hear about our politics back home in California or the Kardashians. I love living in this bubble because I don't like hearing all this news that really doesn't matter to me in terms of celebrities and all that crap. You get to turn off all that here. We live off the nature. We grow our own fruits and vegetables. We just live, it's a lot simpler.